Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to that exciting, riveting, and amazing, spectacular Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master of propaganda, hero of psych, defender of the fatherland, owner of Basel, the world's most fluffiest cat. By most metrics, anyways. Metrics I use, anyways. But anyways, I said anyways too many times. Nonetheless, onwards we are here to a 1v1 on Mill Road in the north. It is mean IT band, we'll just call him band, fighting for the Red Army of the Soviet Union, Comrade Stalin, the glory of the Soviet Union. Here with the 5th Mechanized Corps with Gat motor featuring the T-35 medium tank, heavy mortars, Scout rifle infantry, vehicle repair training, and of course marked vehicle with triple infantry. As the south it is Prabuty. Fighting for the Oberkommand West, Germany, Deutschland. Here with the Hammond Göring Fallschirm Panzer Corps with Grand Offensive featuring the Panzerfusilier, Smoke Bombs, Infantry Sturmgewehr 44, Panzer Commander, and the Tiger Tank with double flak half tack and a single Panther for bulletin there. So, as always, a big hearty thanks to my patrons and supporters, these champions, these heroes of the Propagandacast, and truly some of Basil's most favourite people in the world. You too can join the ranks and become beloved by Basil as well by pledging on Patreon. We can also just donate, links in the description. And you can always just comment, like, share, subscribe, press the bell button as well. That'll also make me happy as well. Possibly Basil too. Country using Southwards there, centre words, we got the country there. Worth noting, interesting enough, no sandbags here from band. No sandbags. Panzerfusilier forts here. Note for those wondering, Panzerfusilier was basically just an honorific title for certain Panzer Grenadier units. And just meant, you know, they were slightly fancier Panzer Grenadiers. For example, the Großdeutschland initially had, like, you know, their Panzer Grenadiers basically became Panzerfusilier. For example, later on some other units that had, like, you know, heritage from the Großdeutschland would also get Panzerfusiliers, and, you know, other units would get sort of later on there. But overall just meant Panzer Grenadier, but fancier. Second Panzer Squad here for Prabuty, trot on the way there. Engineers there for bands, so triple cuts of engineers, standard sword build here. Been a bit of while since we've seen some Panzerfusilier out of the Oberkommand West, so nice to see some of those chaps. Pushing forwards against the conscripts, the Frontoviks. Bit of skirmishing there. Engineers are being shot to bits by the Panzerfusilier and the Volksgrenadier. North here we've got Sturm moving forwards, and there you go, Engineers Rider taking heavy damage here from the German infantry assembled under Prabuty's mighty command. Back here, nothing further so far happening, just a bunch of units retreating. Sturmpionier pushing forwards with a Sturmgewehr 44. Conquer falling back, harried by German assault infantry there. Prabuty with a fast truck. That's going to be most likely the Belgium headquarters, and get out that 251-17 Flak Panzerwagen. Sturmpionier here versus the conscripts. The Sturmgewehrs rattling off hot death against the Frontoviks. Falling back there towards the next piece of cover there, lest they risk extermination at the hands of the German army. In the south, the Panzer pushing forward here, backed up by the Volksgrenadier squad. Other one in the south, a bit forgotten. Probably should retreat that for reinforcement and move towards the centre. Band looking to deal with this, of course, converges more infantry, but the problem is with most of his forces back at base, actually it becomes a bit difficult, and risk to extending himself perhaps a bit too thin here versus Prabuty, who is clearly just going in all hard with the jackboots. Comfortable Hardquartier, of course, going up in the base. Partly against you get the fast flak half pack, but also most likely you can get going some fast recon packages on the Panzerfusilier. Fogs being overwhelmed, lampposts there collapsing under the crashing weight of how cool those Panzerfusilier were. North there, confirming the point back here. Sturmpionier at the ready. Might throw down some medical supplies. There you go, mechanized command post and medical supplies there from Prabuty. A bit of healing going out there. Panzerfusilier receiving reinforcements. Now the band is taking, of course, advantage of the retreat from Prabuty and the fact he doesn't have a lot of infantry in the field to swiftly seize the initiative and, of course, to reign for the glory of the Soviet Union. Still no sandbags here though for band. That is definitely a standout moment considering how many Soviet players actually typically go very aggressively for them, since they, they're free and they're really, efficient. You might ask, how can free sandbags be more efficient than other free sandbags? So it basically boils down to the fact that the Soviets get them, A, of course, in their basic infantry, but also, 2, they get more sandbags, They just get more of them, just larger sandbag fighting position, which just, means you have to spend less time overall. That also has its advantage. But there you go, punch the Sturm chat here, and March was out there as well. Pretty much ruining Band's mind. That is some really rubbish luck there for Band. Hey, I worked on that and now you're just ruining it. That's rude. Flag half another for Prabuty as expected. Right again. Good work there with Prabuty, actually going fast for the mine sweeps, actually coming out already. Clearly anticipating that band will be laying down mines. Thumbs up there, that's really sharp thinking head there. Also worth noting again what he's doing now, instead of attacking head on, he's expecting the opponent to be dug in, he's actually swinging for the car point instead, expecting his opponent to be less dug in there. But band can of course not respond to deal with this, but even that was I think also some very solid tactical thing here from Prabuty. Instead of going for his opponent's most concentrated, he looked for where he was least concentrated to make the biggest, splash effect. In this regard, also meant to then bait him into some prepared positions he was then occupying, and even pop a grenade. So this engagement is so far working out fairly well for Prabuty. Because right now, then band always got 2 engineer squads to defend the car point with, including one out in the open. So this is really good engagement for Prabuty. We got the 251-17 flak half tag out there. Worth noting there was also a Model D version of the 251-17 flak half track, which had a slightly more turreted version of it. Little fun fact there. Pups are up here, 9 kills, half HP. We got a big constant push here for band. Likely to have some guardsmen soon or field gun. We'll have to see what it goes for. Definitely something to do with a flak half, because otherwise he's going nowhere fast. Of course, going for the field gun, he could go for the guardsman. The problem is the flak half track is really good at shutting down guardsmen, seeing as guardsmen are also infantry. So right now, band is off to a really rough start. Here's Prabuty's just laying down the law of the German lands. Noting, of course, Prabuty is not going for infantry, just following up with a machine gun here to support this, what infantry does have. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. Bit short munitions though for the Panzer upgrades. We shall of course see when it goes for it. Field gun though almost done here for band and the Red Army. Flag happening about here for Prabuty. Gun's going to fire here from the 251-17. Grab the southern field point. Really giving Prabuty a lot of resources to further push ahead against band with. So again, Prabuty just with a really solid lead. And so in the typical say Oberkommanders, certain matchups, or most allied matchups really versus the Oberkommanders, that's kind of how it's meant to go. The Oberkommanders has this like initial surge of strength, and then they sort of quickly just bottom out. They have a bit of a valley effect there, and then they sort of get a meant like late game swing up again, which is definitely very tricky to balance. Also, like to play against in a sense, like you get overwhelmed, you quickly lose a bit of morale there. So a lot of it comes down to just calm and steady nerves against the Oberkommander West and waiting out the worst. But anyways, moving up here, flanking around the machine gun. Very good there by band, catching Prabuty off guard. Field themselves ready, so would likely to pursue the flak craft. And with this, band has seemingly weathered the initial wave here of Deutschland. Back here, base. Truck them turn away. That's very likely going to be a Schwer punch to the quarters because he's got a lot of fuel. He's able to rush it out, in which case he can rush out Obersoldaten and equip them with the Infrastrukturgewehr 44, which I think would be a fairly big headache here for band, who's now going for the tank we retain command. Sorry about the Graham Eastern point here. Field gun ready, come to there, shooting players up there. Schwerer Panzer quarters going up here for Prabuty, equipped with a 30mm flak there. In fact, they actually existed a twin gun version of this flak gun here, though not one that actually saw any service outside of Germany, as I believe it was a bit more complex, and so in terms of logistics, it was much easier for the Germans to keep it inside of Germany. In fact, you had actually quite a few anti-aircraft guns, which are just, much more advanced, or at least bigger, but they couldn't really take them out of Germany because, again, of the logistical issues with them. So, for example, Flak 88 that actually, had a more advanced, I think, mechanism, was actually a bit lower to the ground than the other Flak 88, the more iconic one. But you also just bigger versions of the Flak 88 effectively. So some fun facts there. Teasing over for band to put pressure on Prabuty's infantry. Prabuty here with some Obersoldaten. And we got the G for the fleet up there for the Panzerfleets as well. Very good, unless you're band, of course. Thumbs up there to Prabuty. Comes being engaged out in the open, taking heavy damage from the Panzerfleet. Comes being up here by the car point. Engineers joining in the fun. Definitely don't want to bunch up your troops in front of a flamethrower, as of course that means the flamethrower gets a bit more damage in. As it is effectively an AoE weapon. Fun fact. Units almost wiped out. The punch was in the next retreating. I'm a bit surprised that you'd think he'd try and like get the wipe. Then units have been pretty great there for Prabuty. I think that was a slightly missed opportunity. Either way, though, Band has the T-Swing right tank out. And now Prabuty does have a bit of an issue since he has currently no anti-tank weapons. I mean, he can of course equip the Sturmpionier with a Panzerschreck as well, but he's just been spending missions on everything else, including upgrades for the infantry. Not a bad idea. But we do have Lekena for now still. This is a golden opportunity for Band to push ahead and get Prabuty on the defensive, and also just like get more fuel for Band and the Red Army. Back head reinforcing healing here for Prabuty. Infantry Sturmgewehr 44. They almost out cancels it. For the LMD 34. I think you should stick to the Infantry Sturmgewehr 44. That one is actually quite good, but oh well. And now we do get some guards from out here for Band. Of course, meet equipment with a DP like machine guns. Very good. Thumbs up there to Band. Advancing on the center. Mines down. Still a sandbags here from Band. I mean, this is, I'd say, fairly atypical sort of play from high level players. Fairly atypical play. There goes the advance here for Prabuty in the south, looking to outmaneuver his opponent, though obviously from our perspective, more simple to flank from the north. He could of course try using flares from the Panzer facilities to scout out ahead, maybe like Grenadier and then just set up for that. But, you know, details. Does get off an anti-tank rifle on the T-70, damaging the engine, very good. No Basil, he's playing the Oberkommando West, no Stugs. Panzer pushing forward here, T-70 being fixed up. On the south side advance here, the Orbison moving forward to the battle here. Backed up the MD-34. Northern Vicks Public seized by Band, very good. Prabuty getting slowly close towards the Panther 4 Model J here. Came up from the T-70, punching a big hole there. Very nice, Northern Victory point seized. Black Craft attack moving forward, backed up at the MD-34 like Kedman for the Obersoldaten. Back at base for Band, nothing further happening. Bit short on the mech resources required for the mechanized armor company, though theoretically could like push for Nation 60 or another T-70, though I probably wouldn't recommend a T-70 now. A second one, that is. Smokes in there's the flak half tech quickly engages. Prabuty taking no chances. I think that's very simple. Field on the body here. McKenna taking a nasty hit from the field gun and a grenade as well, causing the McKenna to work here before Prabuty's a chance to retreat it. That's a great kill there for Band, great kill, and the stinging blow there to Prabuty, in particular with grabs to the Kedman as well, but he isn't. I guess he's just going to destroy it instead then. But he's trying to destroy it. Sturmpionier moving forwards. Not finishing off here. Missed opportunity to think about Band then. Missed opportunity. Oh, there you go. Apparently he's a bit too preoccupied with other things, but still, could have ended up missing up the opportunity to finish off for the Kedman. Oh, does finish it off there. Up north here, flag half tech the Engineers. Good little kill here for Prabuty and the German army. Still, the loss of the Kedman is going to prove to be a problem here for Prabuty, as then lacks something to more socially threaten the T-70 with, at least short term, as of course he's not far away. There you go, Field of Avant was delivering a shattering blow there. T-70 need repairs, back here reinforcing healing for Band, standard stuff in the center of the Obersoldaten on watch. More pressure on the northern flank from both Prabuty and I think Band and Degree could both work out for them. East being grabbed. I also think, you know, both sides would benefit from a bit of light artillery. Prabuty could go for like infantry guns, Band could go for either a regular mortar or a heavy mortar. If we do get the mechanized armor company here, Band at least is not messing up there with timings and setting up ahead of time. Thumbs up there to Band. Good planning like that ensures good timings, which of course ensures you get your tanks as fast as possible. And there you go, Panther 4 Model J halfway down there for Prabuty. In the south, we got the English laying down mines here for Band as well, and the glorious Red Army. Panther 4 Model J almost done for Prabuty. As we call down by the guards, and confident there you go, T-Swing engaged well there. Heinz drops dead. Punch from right, and it looks like we got a bit of northern push again here. And the 34 engaged with the T-70, and of course responsible for Prabuty is a very sensible immediate retreat. Taking no chances on that one. Panther 4 Molgier rushing forward here for Prabuty and adding the Panther Commander. Very nice upgrade there. Of course increases accuracy, which is great on the Panther 4 Molgier since it already is quite accurate. And of course gives it access to call in artillery, which is never a bad idea either, though I still think you should consider some light artillery here versus band. And particularly on the smaller map, like Mill Road, artillery can be really efficient in the long run. Mechanized on the company already. I'm expecting T-3045 from band, as they do perform quite well against the Panther 4. Having more health on average just means they can soak up more, damage in general, which tend to be an advantage in a lot of engagements, to be honest. In particular, once you get numbers of them, it becomes a significant advantage. It becomes very difficult for the Germans to actually stop that many T-35s, since at that point they can soak up a lot of damage. Handful running through the south here for Prabuty. Countryman towards us into victory point. Handful northwards, backed up at the flak half track. Shot fired. Get away from that one. Fortunately for band's infantry. But there you go. Casualties piling up there now. And there you go. Field straight through the hedges there, or the trees, whatever. Damaging the Panther 4 flak half track prevents constant from easily pursuing the Panther 4 and damaging the engine. Nice over there. We go. Panzer striking up, backed up at the opposite. We got ceasing the way. Gassman engineers. And of course the field of battle as well. Then we can see that Prabuty realizes that's not going to work out without heavy casualties and backs off. Still, north side is not seeing pressure from Band, and there's just not a lot there from Prabuty, and he's still not exploring the northwest there either, I would say, particularly actively. South though, slow advance there. I was trying to think slow and steady, and then it just became sleddy, and it's just that didn't make any sense, now did it? Panther 4, there was the conscript, about to get hit by an anti-tank grenade that suffered the damaged engine anyway, so he was trying to avoid previously with the flak half track. Infantry switching 40%. We got Band there with a assist 3 divisional field gun. Bit more to go for, we'll go for the T-35, so having another field gun obviously makes a lot of sense, plus provides some more artillery abilities there, though he would also benefit a lot from just a regular mortar. Like, people I think tend to underestimate, or at least not consider light artillery very much. Despite light artillery, I think having just quite a lot of utility. And also just being, I think, fairly cost efficient if, like, just remember to use the barrage abilities. Like, they are fairly cost efficient and can just, like, get a lot of their costs earned in swiftly, whilst just running with, like, more options tactically. Flak happening forwards here, constantly in trouble. Veterans 1 there, gain on the flak half tech, very good. In the south here, troops reinforcing healing. Veteran 4 there on the Panzerfusilier. Season rolling back here, halfway to Veteran C3 to the ace level. So there you go. Sys gun number 2 done here for Band and the Red Army. Season sniper and the Panzerfusilier who are close to Veteran 3. Another shot there, another coming over here for Prabuty. Likely going to go for another Panther, but of course at this point he could try and stall for a Tiger tank. The Command Tiger specifically, though I would not advise that. I mean, he should go for at least one more Panther 4, I think, before trying to stall for a Command Tiger. But that is, of course, just my personal opinion, based off watching a lot of matches and that sort of stuff. But anyways, pumping hammered here by the T-70, the conscripts, the guardsmen, and the field corps join in. There you go, T-35 on the way for Band, and the South Jump Pioneer attack also thwarted here by Band's resilience and belief in the motherland. Up north we do get some more pressure here, but we can also see the troops being dispatched already pulled from Band to shut this off. They've got the flak half taking maybe assist. Further south, MD-34 there covering these parts of the map, but I would say not critically, plus the positioning is also further awkward due to there's effectively like a lot of like blind spots here with the troops, and we can just flank about and hit the machine gun from that angle, so long term not a particularly stable position, as we can see there. Up north point they're being seized. Band's T-3045 ready here. Very good. Flak half taking fixed up. Another push here from Prabuty's infantry. They failed to upgrade the other side fully. That could get a bit awkward. Still more folks in the south here, not again in the north. I feel like Prabuty might be suffering from a mild case of tunnel vision. It's not like he's ignoring the north entirely, but he's putting a lot more effort into the south here. And as I said, I think it's worth considering how much, I think they make better progress in the north. Now the Pentagon for Prabuty, very good, thumbs up, not just stalling. Got the T-34 then remove. We shall of course see how Prabuty responds to that. And there you go, flak half taken off from the T-35. It's 85mm gun there blasting away. Comes that pin down. Looks like he's not paying attention up north here. This is going to be a great kill then for Band, unless his T-35 misses through the smoke, which could happen, which could definitely happen. But just doesn't shoot at all. In the south here, Germany trying to make their way forward with the T-70. It's going to be a tall order there for the Panzerverteidiger, even with a damaged engine. Again from the T-35 there, punching straight through the frontal armor. Second, Panther 4, they're almost done here for Prabuty. There we go. And the Academy crew gets wiped. Northern Richmond machines again. There's just not much effort there for Prabuty around that. He's perhaps in some ways getting a bit concerned here. And again, artillery really just would be really helpful, particularly if your opponent goes like double field guns, either artillery piece and bunches them up. A smoke grenade, for example, can make it a lot harder than, for example, for Band to use his anti-tank weapons efficiently versus Prabuty's armor. So that could, for example, just be a great idea there to go for the light infantry guns, to be honest. Penetrating northwards. Pendulum northwards, going to try and go for wipe here on the conscripts. Understandable there. Understandable. In the south centre, we got shipping flanked by the T-78 here, giving Prabuty quite a bit of grief up north here. Pentacles around the conscript, the Pentacle is strung with the pathing in the terrain, pretty much running from assisting, and thus perhaps losing opportunity to get a wipe there. Maybe it wouldn't happen anyways, but it certainly would have helped if you had the second Pentacle there as well on the spot. T-15 northwards, Basil going meow, wanting attention. Nice hit from the Panther on the T-15, punching straight through the armor. Band is slowly closing in another T-35, and obviously for Band at this point, just going for a lot of them is pretty much a win condition, since once he reaches critical mass, it becomes very difficult for Prabuty to match them. Simply because, again, the more health just means he needs a lot more firepower. And the Germans typically, in-game at least, don't trade in a lot of firepower. I mean, if he was the Wehrmacht, he could go for Stukes, like, a bunch of Stukes in that way, just counter them as long as there's something to ensure the T-15 doesn't just roll straight at them. It's hard that, of course, Prabuty needs to lay down a lot of mines, but so far Prabuty has, I think, not actually laid down any mines here versus Band, which is a definite mistake. Hey, folks in the centre here, again, it really would be a great investment for Prabuty versus Band. Almost not attacking the cash in the field gun, Panther going forward, see, Panther doing with the cans, well, heavy fire, we got artillery corners on the field guns, doing it all, Panther 4, they're holding back here. Artillery fire, they could clear out the field gun, if not careful, constantly wiped out here, Sturm, Panther 4, also being wiped out. Got the T-70, that's at least a small win here for Prabuty. I feel like he's made some too active part to take out his opponent here, but just pushing forwards more aggressively with the Panther 4s and the infantry. Almost got the field gun there. There we go, cleared out. Should push forward to the Panther 4. And the Panther 4, maybe not actually now. I think the opportunity may have passed. Now the T-50 on the way. They still could destroy the field gun. Salvage it. Grab it, but I definitely think he needs to do something about it. Still did some good damage to the bandit. Push through, but perhaps he could have done this more efficiently again with some artillery support, or with slightly more advanced tactics. Now the Sturm Pioneer Squadron for Prabuty. T-35, number 2, halfway down there for Band. There we go, Sis gun destroyed. Denying Band valuable anti-tank assets. In fact, he's lost both of them, though the other one seems to be slightly hidden here by the terrain, so there's a possibility that Prabuty's going to overlook it, which could allow Band to recapture it unless he also looks it. Hey, Heinz, ja? That's a very convenient rock formation that looks like a Soviet anti-tank gun. Yeah, look at the Russians. They think it's actually an anti-tank and I'm manning it. Yeah, those Russians said dumb. Oh, the accident to sacrifice entire transport to man it. That's a bit much there by band. And look at this! They're firing at it! Wait, they're firing at it! It was an anti-tank gun! My god! Back down here, fixing up the Panther 4. Band quickly takes advantage of the vacuum created by Prabuty, just abandoning the front line entirely, just swiftly move ahead there. Thumbs up to Band. Sometimes there's also a really important skill to have income used to. It's just, it builds a sense like, when there's an opening to actually push through and exploit gaps there. In fact, that was typically one of the things that the Germans actually were quite good at in World War II, just like that sense. It's just, they're constantly like always pushing, always looking for gaps, weak spots and openings, like just exploit against the opponent. So, little fun fact there. Machine gun for Band, that's going to be quite helpful, of course, in dealing with Prabuty's infantry. Less so dealing with Prabuty's tanks, but, T-35s and a field gun will do quite well against that. Panther taking into the guardsman. Machine gun almost done there for Band. Grenade off. Guardsman routed, grabbing the anti-tank rather than the Panzer. And once more, Band actually has really good victory point control. That's actually something Prabuty has been less great at as the match has, steadily continued. He's not been quite sufficient at grabbing those. Getting the T-35's one-shot bounces, the armor penetrate, but T-35s respond aggressively to the Panther force, almost taking out one there. We'll have to see what Prabuty goes for next. Another Panther 4. Jagdpanzer. Panther will be transferred for the Tiger tank. Not necessarily an easy answer here, but I probably would recommend the Jagdpanzer simply because out of the different armored units, it probably has like the highest rate of fire also in that regards, also shall we say a bit more cost efficiency. He goes to the Jagdpanzer. He can relatively swiftly follow up with another one, at which point two of them would be able to at least punch some holes in the T-35, so I probably would advise that one here. But we shall of course see what Prabuty does here versus Band and the Red Army. North Point being seized. There we go, flag happening for the concept round. We got better two on that one as well. Thumbs up there to Prabuty. A bit quiet there. I feel like there's a bit too quiet from Prabuty. Definitely should be looking for like more opportunities, more openings here versus Band. He's definitely playing too passively. And finally, almost half an hour into the game, Band finally builds some sandbag fighting position. In fact, he builds multiple. It's like he's starting to remember he has that ability. Hey, here he is! I found out what all these bags we're running around are for. What are they? Fielding with sand. Oh, that's what they're for. I thought they were for loot. Well, I guess that too. Northern side, but still very quiet here, very steady from Prabuty. Are they going for the Panther or the Tiger tank by the looks of things? Got an HU-5 tanks for Band, and again now dug in the centre, going to be tough here for Prabuty to grab the centre victory point. We do get the Geballte Ladung. Though I probably would advise the Blenker, simply because his opponent can just walk away there, but the Blenker prevents him getting back into the cover easily. Okay, counts the HU-5 for T-35 more. That's definitely not a bad idea either. Prabuty very close to the Tiger tank here versus Band and the Red Army. Panther force flying away. There's sandbag shot, but there's a field gun behind. T-35 advancing. We got machine gun there opening up as well. Flak capture joining in the fun. Shot bouncing. Panther 4 takes it from the field gun. Constant suppressed here, taking it off far here from Prabuty's forces. Panther moving forward as well. Shot missed there from the Panther 4. Band slowly getting granted Prabuty. Not going to waste troops on this one pointlessly. A tough decision to make, but I think a good decision here by Prabuty. Nice shot in the Panther 4. Prabuty quickly disengaging in the face of Band's advance. Of course, I made a tough decision by Band, not by Prabuty. But anyways. Panther 4 moving ahead here. We got marked target here on Prabuty's Panzer 4. See if we're going for the kill here. We got a Panther for Prabuty, a Panzer Kampfwagen 5. So close to the Tiger Tank though. I'm not entirely sure which of the two is the best because again, I kind of feel like they're both a bit subpar in terms of like cost and time investment. Again, I think I've stuck to my suggestion of the Yak Panzer 4 here, but between the two, the Panther might just be it. But then again, the Tiger may just be still again better because it may not have as much armor, but it has more health, and again, health just a lot of cases tend to matter a lot more. Plus, it's better versus infantry than the Panther as well. So I might just say the Tiger instead of the Panther here. But oh well. Either way, Panther's right about the corner here for Prabuty and the German army. Fixing up that Panzer full steadily. There we go. Panzer Kampfwagen 5 Gefecht right here for Prabuty and for Deutschland. Adding the pin mounted MG on top there. Very good. So we got the focus was the Maxim. Stopped in the tracks. Comes going from Northern Point. We got 7 upgrades there. So that's 3 tanks versus 3 tanks. Punches the conscripts. T-35s they're mostly on the move. Here we got one still being repaired. Panther flying through the south. There you go, Panther moves in, there you go. I mean, the T-35 gets a good hit there with his high velocity in the gun. Grabbing up in the Panther, flying through the side alongside the field, doing enough but damage to the Panzer Kampfwagen 5 from the south. The Panther 4 slowly whittling down here. Band in the south, opening up for a possible push there. But up north is where it looks like the fighting is going to be the most intense here in a few moments between these two sides. At least they definitely seem to be lining up for a big, brawl there. Heading south to the tanks. Looks like Bandit's not going to look to try and, wrestle with Prabuty head on with his tanks. I think it's very sensible. Panther will touch around for the center. Panther pursuing the T-35s. Nice hit, almost got the Panther just using the single field gun. Gauss also joining course the fun here. Nice hit on the other Panther from the south. Panther slowly supporting here, but it's a very slow advance there from it. Gauss also right up. Panther close being destroyed. Calling an artillery perhaps? No, he's not calling artillery. Panther supporting. Worth noting, he is not great the Panther with the commander, which is a bit surprising to be honest, but oh well. Nice hit by the Panther on the T-35. Ooh, good hit on the machine crew here by the T-35. Almost got the field crew, and there you go. Down it goes. T-35 pushing forward. Marked target on the Panther up north. Others going for the Panther force here. Catching the flag half the bad spot. There goes Sturmpony. Squad wiped out. Bandit's going forward here for the motherland. An hoorah across his lips as he tears through Prabuty's forces. His Panther force, there we go. About to get knocked out with the T-35s. Oh, lost one T-35. Got the Panther 4 though. Panther is still operable here for Prabuty. Band, of course, will need to replace armor field in there. Still cleared up, machine pushing forwards. And the flag half tack is down as well, leaving Prabuty just for the Panther 4, which is heavily damaged, and a Panther. Panther, in fact, down to less than half health now. Almost got an ace T-35 here for Band and the Red Army. All of a sudden, Panther unfortunately taking so much fire here from the T-35 and all the supporting infantry that he just ends up being almost suicidal. Panther landing a nice hit here on the T-35. The T-35 almost takes out Prabuty's Panther. Situation for Prabuty is fairly desperate. He's got 80 points versus opponent's 39. While he does technically have more tanks, they're also both heavily damaged. And most crucially of all, Prabuty has absolutely no way of repairing them since he lost his Sturmpony and he has no mechanized regiment. A fairly rubbish situation for Prabuty, I think, to put it gently. And this is, of course, as he's running out of victory points. So he can't really afford to wait around for the Sturmponies and the repairs for too long either. So it's a really rubbish situation right here for Prabuty. About to destroy the cannon effort, makes sense there. Can also go for another T-35. Brandhand going to open the guards and pushing out a cover here. Looks like sending in the Panther, but realising he can't wait around for long either. He's down to 48 versus 339 there of his opponent. And it's only going to get worse here. 45. 42. Panther being fixed up here by the Sturmpionierer, adding the minesweeper kits to assist repairs. But even then, he's down to 36. He has so few victory points left. Ground northern point. T45 down the move, going straight for the Panzerverleger. Gaining the ace level there. Nice shot by the T3045. Great stuff. Nice kill there on the Panzerverleger. Going to the max on the conscript and using done mines. $16 points left for Prabuty. This is looking very much like GG here for Prabuty and the Germans. His Pantherfall's almost fixed up. The question is, can he actually do anything before time runs out now against Band? Q4 engaging. Nice shot in the south. We've got the Orbital Moon Force backed up by the Panther 4. We've got 10 versus 339. 9. Panther there. Close to Veteran 2. I don't think it's going to be enough to really matter. In the centre, Panther rushing forward straight into the field. It's down to half health already. We got artillery called in here as it goes about there. Blitzing about in the south point. They're being contacted by the guardsmen and units on the Kednaf there. Go field crawl cleared out the Panther 4, but not fast enough and sufficiently not enough either. Hits him on. The Panther 4 is down, leaving just now with the heavily damaged Panther. He's rushing forward. He's got nothing left to lose anyways. Veteran 4 left here for Prabuty. 3 points left. Panther gains Veteran 2 shots and added, but I don't think it's going to matter any. He's got 2 points left. Panther's main gun is out. 1 point left, and it is GG. Game over. A loss here for Prabuty, a victory for Band. A nasty fight here, but I feel like Prabuty was undone by a lack of aggression, lack of maneuver here versus his opponent, and also a lack of artillery. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. I'll learn something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell friends, tell family, don't enemies. This is Imperial Links. Cheers. Thank you for watching. Till tomorrow again for another episode. Bye.